The Umbrella Man. Was he a signal caller in Dealey Plaza to let JFK assassins know target now in position? Or a mere onlooker who is the dumbest political protester in history? As President John F. Kennedy's motorcade approached Dealey Plaza in what would be the last moments of his life, a rainy start to the morning had given way to a cloudless, brilliantly blue sky. More than 600 people gathered in Dealey Plaza to catch an admiring glimpse of the President and First Lady, except for one man, a man who acted very strangely and then disappeared as a mysterious, unknown witness for the next 15 years. This man, who stood closer to JFK than any other person when the first gunshot rang out, was the only witness to the assassination on this sunny day who held up an unfurled umbrella in Dealey Plaza, as partially seen via the red arrow at right. Coincidence or not, the umbrella man took up a position at the right edge of the Stemmons freeway traffic sign, the yellow circle. The first shot happened to sound when JFK reached the highway sign on Elm Street, directly in front of the man with an open umbrella. And even more fascinating, when we watch the Zapruder film of the assassination, the umbrella man appears to have his umbrella open only for the short time span of the shots, approximately 6 seconds. To add to the mystery of this man, after the fatally wounded president left Dealey Plaza, he closed his umbrella and is seen here sitting on the curb on Elm Street with a dark-complexioned man. Although the umbrella man and dark-complexioned man share a few moments on the curb together after the shooting, the yellow circle, they part company, never to be interviewed by Dallas police, the FBI, or the Warren Commission. Some conspiracy theorists have claimed the umbrella man was no innocent bystander. Some believe the timely unfurling of his black umbrella was to signal assassins in Dealey Plaza that JFK had entered the trap and was now in position for the crossfire that killed him. At right, the umbrella is open and JFK is reacting to a bullet wound to his upper back. Other conspiracy theorists even claim that his umbrella was a weapon, per at left, that would let him fire a toxic dart if anyone tried to stop his escape from the crime scene. Nobody tried to stop him. It wasn't until 15 years later when the House Select Committee on Assassinations reviewed the JFK murder and found the umbrella man, who had a bizarre explanation for his actions on that tragic day in Dallas. Louis Stephen Witt, at right, told the House Select Committee that he went to Dealey Plaza to confront President Kennedy in an act of protest. Witt says that as the president's car reached him, he unfurled his large black umbrella in protest to get JFK's attention. He claimed that he was protesting the appeasement of Adolf Hitler by JFK's father, Joseph P. Kennedy, when he was U.S. ambassador to Britain. By unfurling his umbrella, Witt stated, he was merely trying to be noticed by Kennedy as he passed by. However, with no signage to reflect his protest, or any effort to shout out his cause to the president as the car passed by, it is a mystery how the president, if he even noticed Witt, could have possibly understood the nature of the protest Witt was trying to convey to him. Think about that. If you were a protester with a cause that nobody else in a crowd shared with you, would you quietly mingle in the crowd with an open umbrella as the target of your protest approached? For sure, people would notice you in the crowd because you are the only person with an open umbrella. But without a bullhorn to shout out your cause, or a sign that explains your protest, how could the target of your action possibly understand what message you were trying to deliver? Wood also claimed before the House Select Committee that he did not know the dark-complexioned man beside him at right, who was photographed holding what could be a communications device that he tucked into the back of his pants as he departed the scene. Reporters and researchers have since identified the dark-complexioned person to be this man, Felipe Fidel Santiago. Santiago was an activist within the anti-Castro community. He was also a known associate of far-right John Birch Society leader, General Edward A. Walker, whom the commission said Lee Oswald tried to assassinate 6 months before JFK went to Dallas. Santiago, right-wingers, and anti-Castro activists were angered by JFK's pledge of peace with Cuba after the Cuban Missile Crisis. But Santiago had no discernible link to Louis Stephen Witt to explain why he was sitting with Witt after JFK was shot. So, was the unfurling of Witt's umbrella on a bright sunny day for only the short duration of the shooting a signal to the assassins in Dealey Plaza that the target was now in position for all to participate? Or was he what he claimed to be, a protester without a sign? It is disturbing to realize that the FBI and Warren Commission failed to identify or locate these two odd witnesses to JFK's assassination. They are proof that in the absence of truthful answers, conspiracy theories flourish.